All right. Assalamualaikum. Very good afternoon, Tajahau. I learned Tajahau last night actually. So yeah, I want to say Tajahau from now on. Every time I meet new people, I want to say Tajahau. Tajahau. Tajah. All right. Welcome to our class, our week 2 of our class. Again, I would like to remind you that our course will be an online course, so you can have your class at anywhere that is convenient. You can be at your cafe, at your room, in your library, okay? But make sure if you want to speak, you are in a place where you can speak lah. Okay, don't speak while you're in the library, for example, where everyone is expected to be quiet. Okay, it's 3 p.m. Okay, now start. Uh, Welcome to our class, second week of the class. This is a class for introduction, okay? It's not a class for to teach you to become a journalist. I hope you guys be clear on that because when I read your what you wrote about yourself, some of you are actually quite good already. Some of you are quite good in writing. Some of you wrote that you like to write poems, starting to write short stories. I think one of you was a mass comm student. I think I cannot remember which one. And what else? Some of you take nice photos already. But I hope you understand that this is a class that introduces the skills of taking photos and also the skills of storytelling to everyone. Yeah. So if you have the knowledge already, I am more than welcome for you to share your knowledge with the class. Okay. This is by no means a one-way communication where I share everything I know from books, from textbooks, from internet to you, and you are just receiving. No, this class is a two-way kind of thing. Okay, so if you have something to share, you can put up your hand or just type it, or you can just say something when I stop speaking. Okay, so whenever I've had a pause or something, you can say something in the class. All right. Okay, so this week I will share a bit about what I understood about the media industry, and by media we will cover all types of media. Okay, some of it you might be familiar with, and some might not. Some of it you might not realize that it's even a media. Okay, so a lot of us might. I don't know about you, but I still read newspaper. Sorry, why is it blurry? So I still read newspaper. Sometimes when I know that there's a news about UM inside, I will buy my newspaper. Newspaper in Malaysia is quite cheap. Like this one is about 2 ringgit. I'm sharing with you because I believe a lot of you don't know how much newspaper costs nowadays because we don't buy newspaper. Well, I don't really read newspaper every day anyway. Yeah, because most of the time I got my news from online. Yeah, and I also subscribe to newspaper, online newspaper. All right. Let me put this aside like this. Yeah, newspaper. Sweet, sweet, sweet. There's no sound. That's my mouth. Sweet, like that. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that newspaper media is one type of media. Although we don't actually read newspapers anymore, a lot of us don't read newspaper every day anymore. But the newspaper are still important for us. I will share with you why is it important in a bit. Okay, so let's go to my presentation that I have prepared for you. Tutup ni, buka ni. Okay, so what is media? And before I start, let me share with you this background photo is actually my photo. That's why I put my name here. Uh, put my name here. I upload it to Unsplash, and everyone in the world can use it. Okay, I shared with you why I upload this my photos out to Unsplash because I want to leave my digital footprints. I mentioned last week about digital footprints where we should leave some so that AI, Google, and all these search engines can learn about us. Okay, so if you like to take photos, I highly encourage you to upload it somewhere, and one of the website is unsplash.com. Okay, there are other websites, of course, but Unsplash is one of the more popular ones where a lot of people are there. So they can see your work, they can download, and you don't need to have even cameras. You can take your photos using your phones and upload it. Yeah, these ones I took using my old phone. I consider old because it's an Android phone. I bought it in 2019. 2019, so it's quite old now. But still, the photo is decent. As long as it tells a story, you can use it and upload it. You will hear this a lot from me, telling a story. Because photos, I know some of you shared your photos on our WhatsApp group and so on. All of them are good subject matters. And don't get me wrong, when I comment something for your photos, it's not that it's not a bad photo. You see, it's not a bad photo. It's just that it lacks a story. Okay, and a story can come from a simple photo. Okay, you don't have to be very good at taking photos. What you need is to have a good set of eyes that can set a story to a photo. Eh? All right, so let's get later because I want to talk a bit about the assignment as well. Eh? Okay, let's go to the types of media. One of the most important type is printed media. Printed. So obviously printed media are like this. Newspapers, tabloids, even magazines, if they appear every month. Those are printed media. Yeah. Uh, and when we say newspaper, did you notice that it's not just news? Did you notice that? Yeah? A lot of people, including local ones like this, they have, for example, what we call inserts. Some of them are news, yes, but if you notice, hilang tak? Tunjuk saya tu dah hilang. Sabar. I'm trying to show that, yeah, things like this. In the middle, or somewhere inside the newspaper, there are always sections like this, where we call features sections. Features, Feature. Eh? Oh, I might as well show it on the online version. It's easier. So when we call them newspaper, doesn't mean that it's only news. Because it's a type of media, it's like this, Life and Times. So there are sections like this, which are also in newspaper, but it's not necessarily news, you see. Some of it might be news, but these things does not happen like yesterday or today, because news must be reported on the same day or the day after, for example. But these are not news. Some of them are opinions. Some of them are articles about the world. This is, for example, okay, I give you one example. This is an example of an article written by a writer named Dewi Kurniawati, who commented about Indonesia's free meal plan. This is not news. This is not news. This has not happened yesterday. So it's not news. But it's still in a newspaper because a newspaper also contains features. Features means articles, a bit longer articles that that is useful and informative and will add depth to your knowledge. Because news is just reports. Something's happening, something important happening yesterday that you need to know, blah blah blah. But features are more like something that can add to your knowledge. A thought, an event that happened maybe some time ago, but the value the writer want to share it with you in the newspaper. Okay, so that's one type of media, which is the printed media. Printed. Okay, the next one, the easiest one is what we call the electronic media. Okay, electronic media in my time, even my older time, electronic media means TV, radio, and stuff. But nowadays the uh, category is a bit blurred, because I have a TV at home, but I don't watch TV channels anymore. I think you do the same too. Eh? We have TVs at home, but we watch Netflix. We watch Prime Time. We watch sorry, Prime Time, Prime. We watch what else? Uh, Disney. We watch what else? All these streaming services. Oh yeah, Astro. Sorry, our local cable TV in Malaysia is called Astro. Some of you might still have Astro. I used to have Astro at home, but since I don't watch much Astro content, so I cancel it. And now in my home I have Netflix and also Prime. I used to have what's that called? Another one. I can't remember which one. But the one I cancelled already. So basically, we have TV, the device, but the content is not what traditionally is called electronic media, no more. But in the normal, typical media categorization, we still call this the electronic media, because we still have them. It's just that not many people watch them anymore. Like in Malaysia, we have local stations like TV1, TV1, TV2, TV3. We still have NTV7, TV9, we still have them. It's just that we don't, a lot of us don't watch TV anymore. And the content sometimes are shared on other platforms as well. So you don't really miss these TVs. Contents from TV1, for example, Bernama, is also shared on Astro. So people got their news from Astro. So not necessarily they got it from their TV. But still, for your purpose, after printed media, we have electronic media, which is TV and radio. Okay, nowadays we also have another one, which is called social media. Now, social media is quite funny because when it started out, it's not meant to be a media. Okay, when Facebook started out, it's just a website for people to share what they do, what they eat, what they like, and it's about connecting people to people. It's never meant to become a medium for media. That's a bit oxymoron, isn't it? It's not meant to be media. That's what I'm trying to say. Social media came about because Mark Zuckerberg thought it would be cool to connect people to share what they like. Okay, I have a Facebook account since the beginning, since 2009. And I can remember at that time what we use Facebook for is nowadays we call it social gaming, not social gaming. What do you call that? When you play games on your phone, simple games like chess, simple games like that. Not ML. I'm not talking about ML, Fortnite, or things like that. Very serious game. I'm talking about Candy Crush. I'm talking about Temple Run, things like that. So in the olden days, 2009, 2010, we play those games on Facebook. Okay, so Facebook started out as things for you to do, to play, and to share that with your friends. That's why it's called Facebook. Okay, Face is a book. But over time, people start to share news. People start to share contents that they feel important, that they feel strongly about. And this content, uh, Facebook make it easy for it to be shared to other people. All right. So that's when social media becomes another medium for media because people start sharing content. And those contents started out as official content, from websites, from newspaper, they share it with their friends and families. But later on, there comes a new industry, which is content creation. Because people start to realize that, hey, I got a story to tell. Hey, my life is interesting. You see, hey, people would like to see me do things. instead of watching TVs, instead of reading the news, they might as well watch me do things. Yeah. So that's when around 2014, 2015, when Instagram started out, that is when the content creation industry starts to pick up. Eh? And when TikTok comes along around 2018 or something, I can't remember when TikTok comes along. Let me. Where's that sound coming from? It's annoying. Can I mute everyone? No, I cannot. I don't know who made that sound. So if you saw who's turning on that mic, can you ask him to mute himself? Thank you. All right. Anyway, so social media, there's a bit of history lah. Why is it called social media and why is it important now? It's important now because users themselves are the source of information, are, are the source of entertainment. Eh? Because these are only the two things that people go to media for. Uh, Information, entertainment, two things. And normal people nowadays can provide both information and entertainment. And that's why our content creation industry picks up and booming, especially with TikTok. Eh? Oh yeah, Twitter and X is a bit different. Twitter started out with a slightly different brand. It started out as where people share serious stuff, serious thoughts, because it's not for pictures in the beginning. Instagram are for photos. Twitters are for text, short text. So people start sharing important text messages, posting 180 characters. It started out with just 180 characters, because that's the limit that was given by telcos in the US for their SMS thingy, 180 characters. So Twitter starts out a bit serious. So important people, influential people start to share their thoughts on the platform. And that's where Twitter started out as their own media house. And all these apps and websites and tools, we categorize them as social media because it started out as a social thing. It's never meant for as an official media. But as time goes on, people realize that we have a choice to select where we got our information and entertainment from. So, and that's where this media is booming now. Okay, more and more important now. In fact, all media outlets have their own social media account also. So you don't have to actually subscribe them on the printed channel, printed media or electronic media. Now you can just subscribe to their social media. But you must understand, social media is free. So there are sometimes things that you cannot get on social media. For example, if you subscribe to this social media or this newspaper, you cannot get all news in your Instagram, for example. Yeah. So you still have to buy the newspaper to get the whole or all of the news today. All right. So that's what's the difference between printed, electronic, and social. And there's another media that you might notice, but you don't know where to put it. Okay. Which is what we call all these billboards that you see. Of course, this is from Japan, where Japan and Korea, they have much more advanced what we call out of home media, OOH, out of home media. Nowadays we have digital out of home media, which is also called. Sorry, my tongue is a bit twisted today. DOOH, digital out of home media. Okay, DOOH. So this is also another form of media because it's not electronic, because people don't watch it every day. It's not printed, obviously, and it's not social. So it stays there as another category on its own, out of home media, because this can also be printed, you see, like a banner. So it's permanent, the same thing. The digital one like this can change, yeah, but the printed ones stays the same for the duration of the advertising lah, advertisement. Some advertisement runs for 6 months, 3 months, or maybe the whole year, 12 months. Some might run shorter, but you still see the same uh, photo lah, like this one. I think it's a concert for, no, album by Taylor Swift. So this is another form of media, which is called out of home media. Also important because it relates very closely to your branding. Eh? Imagine if you see this brand every day. Hisamitsu, Hisamitsu, Hisamitsu. Every day you come home from work, Hisamitsu, Hisamitsu. Of course, when people say Hisamitsu, you convince that the brand is trustworthy. You can trust the brand because you see it every day. Yeah, you see it every day on your way home from work. So that's why out of home media is so powerful, because it can imprint the brand in your head. Very good marketing strategy, and that's why it has existed for so long. Out of home media. Last but not least, okay. Nowadays, podcast is everywhere. Podcast here, podcast there, podcast this, podcast that. Yeah, a restaurant has a podcast, celebrity has a podcast, everyone has a podcast. My student in faculty of engineering also has their own podcast, interviewing students, lecturers, friends, everyone. It seems that everywhere we hear podcast now. Yeah, so podcast is what I call, well, some people call it new media. New media because we don't have a name for it. Is a new media. It's different because one, it's not social, because it's distributed one way. It's not like a social media where of course, you can make it social if you post it on your social media account. But podcast by nature is sound bites, are sound files, audio files that you share on certain platform. And these platforms are not social, because you have your shows. The accounts are not yours to do what you like. It's somebody else's. But you can request to have your shows posted there, just like Spotify. You can request to have your show, and you upload only a certain kind of thing, which is an audio file. Either it's an interview or a monologue on a topic. And that's why it's not a social media, because on social media, you are free to do what you like. There's photo, you can say what things about yourself. But on podcast, you need to talk about a topic, only one topic. Okay, and that's why it's different. And it can be a source of media because some of these speakers are people who are in the authority. People like me, for example, I can talk about engineering. So if I were to create a podcast on biomedical engineering, yes, I can do it. So I'm the right person to talk about it. People can trust what I say and use my content in other ways. For example, quote me in the news. For example, they can do that. But only using my content from a certain source like Spotify, or YouTube. Not really YouTube, because YouTube is a bit different. YouTube is designed for video social video sharing platform. So it's a different thing altogether. But a lot of people use YouTube as their own TV channel now. So, but it's okay. So there you go. There are five categories that I call media: printed, electronic, social, out of home, and this is what I call new media, podcast and live. Nowadays, people go shopping on live TikToks. Shopee also have live Shopee, so I categorize that as the same, because it's not really news, it's not really entertainment. You got a specific service out of that, but the skills needed comes from normal people like you and me. Eh? So I categorize that as new media as well. Live TikTok, live IG, live Shopee. These are all new media. All right, because they are talking about one single topic, and you can only get it from a certain platform. Eh? Not from other platforms, just one platform. All right. So yes, this course does not have an exam. I will not ask you how many media categories out there. This is more like for your consumption to differentiate, to appreciate that out there are different types of media, and for me, I appreciate that if you can differentiate between five types of this media. Okay. Oh, by the way, what I share today is basically in the notes sorry, muka Dahlia pula keluar. Uh, wait, wait. Home. Everything is on the notes page. Yeah, so it's there. Ayo, why so slow? Everyone's online. So if you go down, you will find that the first topic is this one. What is the media industry? And if you click the arrow, there's a PDF there, and that's the content of what I'm sharing today. All right, so it's here, week 2. Okay, there's notes, so you can use this note to read for your information, and there are also links for your reference, for you to read more and so on. And on some pages, I also ask questions at the bottom, bonus question. You are more than welcome to respond to this. Write an article, for example, if you really feel strongly about it, and you can share it with me, and I will share it to the media. Yeah, because that's what I do. I love sharing contents from the people of to the media. It gets printed, it gets published every day. So I love doing that. So if you want to have your opinion from this question to be published in media, let me know. Eh? Do you think this is an important issue in Malaysia? Explain your answer. Yeah? You want to write an article out of that? By all means, give it to me and I will share it with media. Okay? Okay, types of media, we've covered that. Okay, who controls media? Okay, why I want to share this topic? It's a bit serious, but why I want you to appreciate this, especially when using social media. All right. So here I'm sharing with you 3 topics that you can Google later on. Not now, later. On the roles of social media in all these 3 issues lah. I call it issues lah. Arab Spring is an what do you call that? A movement in the Middle East where some of the countries there, I think it started out in Egypt, I think Egypt or Yemen, I'm not sure, Yemen or Egypt, where people start to express their disagreement with the government on Twitter. They started off on Twitter. So Arab Spring, well, we not acknowledge 100% because the feeling is already there within the population, but social media is the one that helps to spread the message across the country. People, sharing what's really happening on the ground, because the national media is controlled by the government, you see. So they rely on social media to get the so-called real news. So social media played a big role starting the Arab Spring and also creating real movement for the people there to actually topple the government. So that's one proof that how social media can actually change our society. Okay, this two is a bit from the western side of the world. This one in the UK, this one in the US. Yeah. Donald Trump, this is not the current one. This is the previous time when he was the in the running for president for the first time. Yeah. At that time, there was a scandal involving Facebook, but not Facebook directly. It involves this company called Cambridge Analytica, where, if I'm not mistaken, you can Google it up for the more precise explanation. Basically, you see, on Facebook, because it's a commercial entity, we can buy ads. Okay, we can buy advertisement that says certain things as long as it's not what do you call that? As long as it's not deceiving people. Facebook basically accepts all kinds of advertising and show it. People pay a lot of money to show it. Okay, and also we get to know that in exchange, it's not just the advertising. You also get data. Data meaning that how many people watch my ads, for example, how many people from this area watch my ad, who are they? Because Facebook have all this data. So Facebook, through this company, shared certain data with certain politicians in the US. So people argue that sharing this data actually allows them to manipulate the kind of advertising that they show on Facebook, because everyone is on Facebook, to manipulate their decision to vote, which party. And there people argue that certain data are not meant to be shared, but this company shared them anyway because they are paid big amounts of money. Yeah. So that's the scandal. That's why I use the word scandal. And similar things kind of happened during the Brexit. Brexit basically is the issue where Great Britain, the UK, got out from European Union. They exit the Union. That's why they call it Brexit. British exit. I don't know if you knew about European Union, but European Union is basically a group of nations which call themselves European Union, including UK in the beginning, so that they can share resources, they can share knowledge, they can share access, and all sorts of things. They even have one currency, which is the euro. One currency for the whole of Europe and the UK. When I did my PhD, UK was still in the European Union. And for me, it was good because you know that when we need to travel to other countries, we need to have visa, right? So when I was a student, I got a visa to go to UK to study. But with the same visa, since UK is in the European Union, I can travel all over Europe without visa. Yeah, imagine going to Singapore without visa. Imagine going to Thailand without visa, going to Indonesia without visa, all around here without visa. And that's what happened when we have European Union. But because European Union have a contract, yeah, they have a timeline, period, how long you need to be there, and after certain period, you can revise whether you want to stay or you want to leave and so on. Yeah, people argue that in a lot of social media, at that time, people start to argue that, also, before I continue, within the union, since there are no visa, right? So people from this country can work in another country without working visa. So you can cross the country and work in another country because you are all a union, right? It's like I can work in Singapore without working permits. Indonesian can come to Malaysia to work without permits. It's like that. Yeah. So at that time, people argue that migrants, there's not a good word, but they use the word migrant. They call migrants are taking jobs away from British people. That's the sentiment that uh, some people are pushing in the social media, on Facebook actually. Eh? Facebook lagi. Facebook ni memang macam ni. Facebook is the easiest target because it has so many functions. And that's another cons for Facebook. You can share, you can easily like, dislike, and so on. So Facebook is used for a lot of purpose that is not designed for it. Yeah. So anyway, So there is this sentiment saying that Europeans are taking over British jobs. So people start saying that European Union are not good, so let's get out of European Union. Let's do this, because our country is much better if you are not part of European Union. So that's when the Brexit movement starts to gain pace, and it does not go away because people keeps on talking about it on social media. Eh? Although data shows that a lot of good are coming to the UK because of the European Union, sharing of resources, sharing of workers, one currency, single currency, and so on. But people still say that European Union is not good for our country. Eh? The conversation doesn't end on the on the social media, so the government needs to take action. So I can't remember which prime minister of UK. So they decided to do a memorandum, and the majority of the country wants the UK to be out of European Union. So they're out. They are out now. So that's why they call it Brexit. I'm sharing with you because I want to share how just by posting, people like you and me sharing your opinions can create a movement that can decide the country's future. And that's how powerful social media is. Your data that you share online can actually be used by companies, uh, your location. Whenever you use Waze or Google Maps, your location are actually picked up and recorded by those companies. So they actually know where you have been. So, for example, they can tell young people, students, for example, where do they normally go on the weekends? So they can tell that international student, Chinese student coming from mainland China, come to Malaysia, where do they normally go? Eh? For all you know, they are following you, and once you go to Langkawi, perhaps, suddenly when you go, there are advertisement about for Chinese tourists. How do they know? Because they're tracking you. Of course, they don't tell this right away, but our data is with them. All right. So why I'm sharing you with this is because I want you to realize that although media and social media especially is something that is out there. You felt that it's free. It's free account. So I use it. I type it. I share what I eat today. I share what my cat do today. Very funny. Haha. You know. But please remember that social media is also very powerful. In Arab Spring, we have shown that it started movement that topples governments. In the US and the UK, I've showed that certain things can be, driven towards certain direction just by putting out things on social media. Yeah. So next time when you use your social media to post something, please think of what impact it can do to everyone. Okay. So that's the point I'm trying to make by showing you these topics. Again, by all means, you can Google all these issues again and read up about it on Wikipedia or on any other platforms. All right. Because of that, and also because there is a requirement to regulate everything, in Malaysia, we have what we call MCMC, Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, under the Ministry of Communications, which oversee the media outlet of Malaysia. Eh? So sometimes they took actions like this one, because this portal shows something that is not true. For example, six answers in website block controversy. Sometimes they block websites. Sometimes not just the website. Uh, the commission also directs the telcos, the company like DG, Celcom, to actually block website links. Not just blocking the website, but they ask the telecommunications provider to actually block the link. Eh? They have blocked things already anyway. They block things like child pornography, websites that showcase abusers and negative things out there. But they also go to the lengths of blocking links that might affect the what you call the unity of this country. Because Malaysia, as you know, is not just one ethnicity. On the peninsula, we have three main races: Malay, Chinese, and Indian. Sorry. On the East Malaysia, we have a lot more ethnicity. So, in order for us to keep the peace in the country, is not very easy. So we have to do lots of controlling and manipulation. Not manipulation, sorry, that's the wrong word to use. Regulation. And one of it is through social media monitoring lah. Monitoring is a much positive words to use. Personally, I believe this is needed. People might say, "Oh, it's my privacy. I can say whatever I want. I can read whatever I want. I can control myself." Yes, but you see, this country is not you alone. You see, we live in a society. Uh, each one of us thinks differently, and for all of us to live peacefully with each other, there is a need to monitor what we read, what we see, and publish. Okay, I believe MCMC is needed. Some people argue against that. People say it's not right to control media. That's right. Controlling is not needed, but monitoring is needed. In a country like Malaysia, we need monitoring. Okay, because little things can get bad quite easily. Just like I shown you in the Arab Spring. Arab Spring. Imagine they are all Arabs, one ethnicity. Even then, just by using social media, they can topple the government. Yeah? I'm not saying that the government is not bad, it's not right over there. I don't know. That's their issue there. We might not be able to understand fully. But what I'm trying to say is that in Malaysia, it's even more important to monitor our media, not to dictate what you want to say, but say it in the right platform. That's what I mean. Okay, by monitoring media, we want people to express their feeling, say their opinion, but at the right places. Okay, in the right medium. Talking directly to the Prime Minister, for example. That's the right way. Not writing on social media and influencing others to do bad things. Now that's not right. And that's where I believe MCMC is needed. Okay. What I believe. Okay. Again, if you don't agree, it's okay. We celebrate that. And if you want to write an article about it, by all means, share it with me. I will share it with the media. Okay. All right. On this slide, what I want to share is that I've shown you that there are 5 types of media, and I've shown you that social media is one of the strongest now, because people realize that, ooh, I can be the source of media myself using my social media. So social media is much more powerful. I will share with you some of its characteristics that makes it more powerful. And before that, I would like you to think of it. So if social media is powerful, and our data is with these providers. Meta owns Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Threads. Amazon have the biggest. Amazon is like our Lazada and Shopee combined. Amazon does not just sell books; it sells everything in the US. In the US is the biggest online market in the world. So that's why Amazon is also important. Although we don't use Amazon so much as the people in the US, but their market is huge. Apple, a very strong brand. By capital market, Apple is the biggest capital market in the world. It has 3 trillion or something, the value in the world. Second is Microsoft because of the hardware, not because of the value so much. People associate Google and Meta more, but because of the hardware. People use Windows, people use Windows Server for so long. So their market capital is actually third to Apple. Second is a company that is not listed here, but it's not on the media side. It's more on the hardware side. It's Nvidia. Some of you might have heard it. Nvidia. Nvidia is the second biggest company by capital market. Number one Apple, second Nvidia, third Microsoft. But all these names here that I mentioned all owns the social media, some sort of media thing, media. Google, as you know, owns the search engine, the original search engine that works. Okay, I started using Google since 1998 when it first started out. At that time, if you can imagine, websites online are just internet are just websites. People making their own websites, news portals making their own websites, universities, schools, things like that. Restaurants have their own website. Everyone has a website. People like you and me also have websites. So how do you want to search these websites? So before Google, do you know what they do? Have you heard of Yahoo or not? Yahoo, Yahoo search engine. Yahoo is one of those things that still remains until now, although it's not very profitable now. But it's one of the earliest search engines and it's still around today. What this search engine does do back then was that they categorize, they curate each website one by one. Can you imagine? Nowadays, if you want to search something, you just type in the search bar, right? So in the olden days, what we do is that we go to Yahoo, we go to, today I want to go to, let's say, University of Malaya website. So you go to you click tap, there's a list down, go, University Kebangsaan, okay, University of Malaya, you click that. That's how search engine looks like, the first version, okay, before Google comes into place, into the picture. That's how we find website, okay. It's like a big directory. You want to find what they call the nearest Apple store, for example. So you click A, Apple, click apple.com, Malaysia, ABM, Malaysia, then you go to Apple Malaysia website. Okay, so that's how we find things in the olden days. But now, thanks to Google, thanks to Google, sorry, I show it as if you're in front of me. Thanks to Google, the founders of Google, Sergey Brin and what's the other name, Mr. Page and Brin, they said in the future, there's no way people can rank websites, or there's no way we can list all websites alphabetically, A, B, C. There's no way people look the websites that way. So we suggest a new way of ranking websites. So their way, of course, it's secret lah. But the ways they rank how important each website is important, because that's how we get to know which website is the most relevant to our keyword. We want to search pizza in KL, for example. So Google is the one that came up with the idea that, perhaps website with the cheapest pizza is the best one. So they put that website at the top. Later on when they have more data, actually price is not the main consideration. Maybe they want the closest pizza restaurant to where they are looking for information. So now the search engine is becoming smarter and smarter. Even before the time of AI, even before AI, Google is smart enough to know that their answer is the most relevant to the keyword that you put in. So even before AI, Google sounded smart. The result sounded smart, and that's why it took over all the other search engines. Yahoo lah, Ask, Jeeves, there's one Excite.com. I know you haven't heard of these names, but if you go to Web Archive, you will see these names. But Google is the one that stays in the game because they consistently give relevant answers for whatever keyword search that you put in. Yeah. And that's also why they have all our data. So with Google, I use Google a lot because I'm an Android user. They have our location, they have our keywords, they know what websites we go every day. All these are data to them, you see. So they can just put out advertisement, for example, that's relevant to me, and they can charge that company certain amount. So if you look at it that way, so and they the one who controls you, and they the one who controls the media, especially with YouTube nowadays. My son goes to YouTube every day. Coming back from school, that's the first thing that he wants to see. Shorts, long videos, whatever. YouTube. He watches a lot of Fortnite videos because he wants to know how to play certain levels. But what I'm trying to say is that by watching YouTube, you are putting your data there. So Google knows that, this young boy, Dr. Adit's son, is watching these Fortnite videos at this time and this time. Perhaps I should put in more advertisement about Fortnite at this time. You see? So what I'm trying to say here is that you might think that social media is your account. You might think that social media, it's free. Okay, I use it what I want. I share everything because it's free, right? So I want you to start thinking before you post something. Think that this, whatever you're typing, is shared with them, and whatever you share with them, it actually can be used for you or against you. Yeah, they can show you ads that you might not need, but nowadays there are all sorts of ads that you don't need, but actually pushes you to buy things. Yeah, impulsive buying. So isn't that control? Yeah, you might not want MCMC to control your websites, but you are allowing this company to control you. Is that okay with you? So that's something that you need to think about. Okay, but of course there are challenges and opportunities. Whenever there are challenges, there are always opportunities. These are explained in a bit more detail on the notes. You can read this on the notes. Okay. Okay, they are all here, but I just want to share with you a few that are important. Okay, let's stay here. Let's stay here. Okay, I want to focus on just one thing here. You can read the others, okay? So I want to share with you on the competition. The challenge for media nowadays is competition, okay? This is what I want to highlight. You see, when I mentioned there are five media types, right? Printed, electronic, out of home, social, and new media. The traditional ones, printed and electronic, are starting to lose out on the new ones because these things are closer to you. You see, you have your phones everywhere. You have it in your pocket, your shirt pocket, your trouser pocket. Some of you bring your phone to toilet, right? Which other media can you bring to toilet? No, right? Some of you might bring newspaper like this to toilet, but not all of you. Yeah? But all of us have this at our hands. Yeah. So competition is one aspect that is challenging for traditional media. All right. Uh, Competition not just on the availability or proximity, how close it is with you, but also in terms of content. Traditional media like this, for example, if you don't like this photo, can you say something with this? Can you click unlike? Can you click like? In Netflix, you can do I love this. I like this, I don't like this. Yeah? Can you do that with this new media? News? You cannot. Yeah? So engagement. So another challenge, you compete for engagement. Different media have different way of engagement, and social media and new media is winning on this one. Yeah. So competition is a very, very tricky part when you talk about different types of media. But the thing about challenge is that there's always opportunities. Okay. And the opportunity that I want to talk about is this one: audience segmentation. Okay. In all newspaper, again, if you're not familiar with all newspaper, we have different segments, right? We have news, we have entertainment, we have sports. Sports normally is at the back. Okay? What's always at the back? I don't know what. Football, sports, what else? Politics, yeah, advertisement. So all newspaper have this section because our readers wants different things from newspaper. Yeah, when they open a newspaper, they want different things. So our audience are segmented. Eh? Oh yeah, and there are also cartoons. Do you know that in newspaper we have cartoons? You have cartoons? Let me show you here. Do you have cartoons here? I don't think, because News Straits Times is a bit serious. I don't think they have cartoons. No, they don't have cartoons. They don't have cartoons. Sorry. This is a serious newspaper. We don't have cartoons. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that all media segment their audience because different audience needs a different way to attract them. Yeah. But with social media, they are winning because they have many ways to segment and to attract people. Yeah. I mentioned to you about the like and dislike button and sharing buttons. All these are engagement tools that can help to segment their audience. And also, as the owner of the platform, Instagram, for example, they know, oh, this account liked by young people from Malaysia, for example. Yeah. So I will share more ads about Malaysia here. Yeah. Ooh, Malaysian youngsters learn, seems to like K-pop a lot, Korean content. So let's put more Korean content for Malaysian audience, you see? Because the data is with them. If you read newspaper, they don't know whether the one that reading your newspaper, for example, does the person like K-pop, for example? Does it like drama, Malay drama or local drama or Hollywood drama? They don't know because they don't have the data. So social media have an opportunity to highly segment their audience and to highly direct the content to the right audience because they have the data from your likes, from your view, from the account that you follow, not follow. They can tell all sorts of things, right? So there is an opportunity for brands to segment their audience using social media. Okay, traditional media cannot help them with that. So with social media, you can. Yeah? So that's the opportunity. Of course, there are challenges. I've told you about the competition among different media, but there are also opportunity for you to segment your audience, so that you can attract more audience and to make more money lah, basically. Yeah, because you can serve better advertising for them. All right. What else I want to share with you? All right. But having said that, okay. Okay. Second last slide. Okay. Second, not last slide, but second last important thing that I want to share with you. Even when I say social media is winning, they engage more, we can segment better, what else? A lot of things. But you must remember, traditional media is where you can find accountability. You see, you trust newspaper more. And in Malaysia, for example, we trust papers like News Straits Times. Yeah, we trust this name because News Straits Times, for example, has been established since 19. Where is it gone? Now it's gone. Nine, not 19, 1845. Can you see that? I tried to make it larger, but it's gone. See, it's gone. I don't know why. But anyway, 1845. Can you see which social media was established since 1845? No, right? Instagram was established in 2014, 2015, something like that, 10 years ago. Compare Instagram with News Straits Times. Who do you trust more? Of course, you trust News Straits Times. Yeah, News Straits Times, though, since 1845. I'm talking like Nigel Ng already. 1845. So don't just discount all this traditional media yet because they have what we call accountability. Yeah, we trust them. Of course, we trust Twitter, but not everyone you can trust on Twitter, can you? Yeah. Uh, Even on Twitter, on Facebook, the ones that we trust are normally the account of traditional media. Did you notice that? You trust the Twitter of CNN, for example. You don't trust so much the Twitter account of your, I don't know, next door neighbor, for example, your brother talking that someone is dead as compared to the news from social media account of CNN, for example. Of course, you trust CNN more. Yeah. So even though I'm saying that social media is winning because they have lots of characteristics that are much better than traditional media. But don't forget that traditional media, conventional media, also have an advantage of authenticity, accountability. We trust the traditional media more. In Malaysia, for example, we trust Astro Awani, for example. We trust things from TV1, TV1, from Bernama. We trust them. And even though their presence on social media is not that frequent as compared to some influencer out there. Yeah, but we trust them. And also most of them, especially those who are not linked to government, like Astro Awani, they are seen more democratic. They give voice to everyone. They give voice to the opposing party, political party, they give voice to the government, they give voice to everyone. So apart from accountability, traditional media a bit more democratic. Democratic. Because in social media, you have to choose which one you want to listen. And everyone have their own bias. And that's why if you notice on social media, you only see what you want to see. You got me or not? Especially on Instagram. Instagram is very notorious for manipulating what you see and what you don't see. Instagram. Facebook, not so much because it was meant for Gen X, you see. But Instagram was meant for millennials. So it was really designed to show you what you want to see. Yeah. So social media in that sense is not really democratic, it's very profit driven, profit driven. So traditional media in that sense is a bit more democratic, especially those who are not linked with the government. Those who are not linked nowadays is Astro Awani, Astro, Cosmo and Utusan because it's owned by Media Mulia. Uh, Media Prima is not owned by the government, but it has always been aligned with with government media. Yeah. So in a way, traditional media are still important because of these two things. Because we can trust them, one, and also they are a bit more democratic in their content. Okay. So I hope that gets across the message. Okay, last but not least, this is the task for you to do this week. I want you to go to this website. Yeah, I think the link is in your spectrum. So that by the end of this quiz, basically it's just a quiz. You read something and then there's questions for you to click. At the end of that, you'll get a digital cert, saying that you have understood the introduction to digital journalism. How best to consume news and how best to share news. That's what journalism is all about. What you get and what you share. Okay, and that's what you will do for this whole course. What you get, what you share. Getting comes from taking photos, taking videos, asking questions, and then sharing it in the edited video. That's what journalism is about. Okay, collecting information, presenting information. Okay, okay. I think that's all from me. Sorry, but before that, let me go through your spectrum. If there's anyone that I want to share. Oh, and that's why I was looking at introducing yourself. I want to see whether anyone new have added. As you can see, I think I went through this on Monday, I think. On Monday, true, Monday. So I responded to those who uploaded by then. Yeah. A lot of you took photos while eating. I don't know why. Uh, thank you for sharing your. Oh, I haven't commented this one. Who is this? Alicia. Hello, Alicia. Okay. I might comment that, but I cannot promise when. Yeah. And in fact, for those who have uploaded your photos, if you want to upload more, by all means, you can upload more because this forum is for you. Okay. This forum is for you. Blah blah blah. Okay. While eating, nice photos. What is this? Tafhim. Yeah. This is the guy who said he was a student journalist. So some of you have some information, knowledge already about journalism, right? I like Nolin's comment here. I swear I'm not angry. I just look like that when taking photos. Some of you shared what you like to do while you're in your free time, hobby, and going to the gym. Some of it when you visit certain places. Nice. This was when you were overseas, I think. Yeah. Nice background. And some of you does not even look at the camera. That's I like it. I like it. Yeah. Because this is where the story comes in, you see. There's a reason why Wilson doesn't want to show his face. Yeah. And that's the kind of photo that I look forward to. All right. Not what the photo is about, you see. Story, when I mention story, is not about what the story is about, Uh, it's about what you feel, the feeling. For example, this one, Audrey, I think. Yeah, Audrey. Audrey says the location here reminds her of Tokyo Nights. I don't know what she means by that, but yeah. So that's the story of her photo, you see. I don't want to know where it was taken from, where is this, what happened that night. Your feeling, what you thought when you took this photo. Those what makes the story. Okay. Wei Kang also took a photo after his graduation. It's unique because he went to the same school for high school and also STPM. And not many people do that because in a lot of places, you do your STPM in a different school, you see. But we can't do it. Brandon did his STPM at the same school, so the teachers know him from Form 1 until Form 6. So that's a story. That's a good story. I hope Brandon can share a bit more about that. Oh, I like this photo because without AI, without editing, this does not look on Earth. This does not look like a photo taken on Earth. So I like that. But on the posing, I think you can work a bit more. Work a bit more, learn about how to pose in front of them. Okay, I noticed a lot of you take photos at your eye level. Okay, you see, taking photos at eye level gives the impression that you are there, which is good. Which is good. The POV style, which is good. But please be reminded that that's not the only way to take photos, lah. To take photos, you can put your camera right down to the ground, right down to the ground, and try to look what you can see from the view down there. Or you can stand on top of a table, for example, and look from the top. Look how different that is. Okay, explore different angles. Yeah, I like this background, but it's a bit too messy. Messy in the sense that we have doors, we have tiles out here. So if Shen can really stand at the back, just this, and the photo is cropped just using this one, I think it will be really, really fantastic. Because her top and her skirt is black, you see, and the background is very colorful. If the photographer can be right in front of her and really took a flat photo of that, it would be really nice. Now, okay, Daria took a very, very nice photo. I like this photo actually. She edited a bit to give this look, but this is the kind of photo that have stories, you see. You might wonder where she took this photo. The lighting is like this, Uh, it gives the shadow and it gives structure to her form. And the color actually uh, complements her outfit. You see, it's not green, it's not blue, but it complements her earthy color. And and because of that color makes her skin looks good. You see, the skin color looks pops out nicely. All right, and that's why I like about this photo. That's why I said here I don't like this photo because I loved it. Okay, I think Daria has an eye, or maybe her friend that took this photo that has the eye. But anyway, very nice effort, fantastic, Daria. I think you don't need to take this class. Is this okay? Call me Leo. Okay, okay, Leo. A lot of you like Leo like to take photo of the sky, but you see, with sky photos, I give you one tip lah. Whenever you want to take photo with the nature background, use your white lens. White, WIDE, not white, the color, white, WIDE. On iPhone is the what we call 0.5 lens. On Android it's 0.6. Use that so that the sky, whenever you use the white lens, the clouds will start to move into a certain direction, you see. Especially when you take at sunset, on sunrise, that will make your photo very beautiful. And place yourself, the subject, at the center. Okay. Slightly at the left like this is good because this is the rule of thirds intersection. Leo's eye is at the intersection of this photo. Nice. But there are lots of distraction. These are what I call distractions. The bridge is a distraction. Because if you can cut it just here, you see, just here, look, sorry, why can it make it smaller? Your photo is too big, Leo, I cannot make it smaller, okay? So let's say we cut it here, okay, without the bridge. You see, what difference does that make? It makes a huge difference, Take it with a nice wide lens, and we can just see Leo's face at the corner there. It's very nice, right? Anson, I hope you can share more photos with us. It's too small for you. I cannot know you, right? GL, okay, good luck, GL. Architecture student. Architecture students are very creative students. I look forward to have your photos. Uh, more photos from you guys, GL and also Anson. And I think there are some more architecture students here. So share your photos, okay? And some of you took your photos with your good friend, like cats or what else? This one. This is a nice sunset, but lots of distraction here. With AI, you can remove all these people, remove them. So that only you, who is the Shafika, only Shafika is at the center of the photo. Okay. Oh, this is nice. I like this one. Not because of the filter, obviously she uses filter. Natania. Net, Natania, yes, name. Okay, I call you Net then. Net, I like your photo because you showed your character. Eh? And this filter suits you very well, because it works well with the pink outfit. Okay, pink purple kind of outfit. This filter works well. Okay, so I kind of like this photo. This treatment that you have. Of course, it's not focused. Yeah. Because you took this with the phone and then you filter it out. Of course, it's not focused. But I like the vibe, the feeling. And this is what I look forward in your photos. Okay, give that story from your photo. I don't look forward much on perfect photos. I want to see the stories behind it. It might be a bit blurry. I think I've commented one or few photos up there which are a bit blurry, but that tells the story. You see, that tells the story. So go out and take photos, as many photos as you want, but select those that have stories. Okay, who is this? Is it you? I think you just uploaded this, Friday, 3 p.m. I haven't seen this. Is this your birthday photo? Yes, it's your birthday photo. Very nice. But if I were you, I would take it slightly to the walls that have nothing. Because the focus is you and the cake, you see. In photos, try to think where is your focus, where is your subject, and make that subject stand out. Okay. And in this photo, obviously the focus is on you smiling over your cake. So move around so that only you and the cake stands out. Right? Wow, this is a very colorful photo. I like the class. Who is this? Shashmita. Oh, your English literature. Alamak. You know how to write already, Shashmita. I think is this in UM? I don't know if this is in UM or not. I think this is in your matriculation, yeah? I don't think there's anywhere in UM with this checkerboard kind of design. Yeah. Nice background. I think I know what you want to convey because it's a very nice background and you want to be taken part of that. Yes. But you know what, Shasmita? What's better? You should lie on this checkerboard pattern and ask your friend to take your photos from the top. You know, it will be very nice because it contrasts with your shirt and your skin color is just nice when contrasted with green. It will make you pop out even more. Eh? And this smile is a very winning smile. If you smile while your friends taking from the top, it will be a nice photo. Okay? Try to be adventurous with your posing. Okay? I highly encourage you. Chen Ken or Ken, this is nice photo. I like the treatment, yes, but the composition, too much of you, too much of the photo. Maybe a bit more of the background that will be good, because the contrast is there. The background is green, you are wearing white, and the word here is very nice. Endless luck to you. That's very, very nice. Wu Chen Hao Yun. Wu Chen Hao Yun. Okay, that's very nice. Nice message. I want to have more background, I think. Very good, very good. And that's all. Okay, so good work, everyone. If there are any more of you wants to uh, post, that by all means, you can post them. If you haven't, then if you have but you want to post more, you can do that as well. Yeah. For this one, it's I told you it's about, okay, your seniors, those students who took this photo, took this assignment, they basically do the same question, yeah. Some of them ask, can I take a photo of my everyday life, my day at UM? Yes, but make sure it tells a story, yeah. Don't just take a POV of what you do, wearing shoes, going to class, eating lunch, go back home, going on a bus, and that's it. Okay, tell a story. For example, if you uh eating, you want to show what you eat, take it from the top. You know, you wearing shoes, take the photo from the bottom up. You see, or showing that you are getting ready for class. Taking photo from the class, for example. Don't take from your point of view. Put your camera down in front of the class, for example, and take the whole class. And you are the one at the center, right at the back, for example. So that tells a story why you sit there, because you want to focus on the class. I don't know, things like that. So the answer is yes, you can take photos of what you do every day, but take it from creative angles. Yeah. Try to do it in different ways. And then when you arrange it in your PowerPoint or in Canva, it will look nice, because it's taken from different angles. What you see, for example, oh, today I see a bus with a reflection on the road. You took that. That becomes part of your day in the life of you as a UM student. All right. So with this one, if you have more questions, you can send me a message, or you can ask during class. Okay. If not, then that's all from me. These are your again. This is your notes. You can read this from your spectrum. I would like to remind you to do your weekly task on time so that you don't have a lot of things to do at the same time on week 14. And please be reminded that this is due in week 5. Oh, on another note, I might as well say now on 31st November, on a Thursday, that's a public holiday. Yeah. So on the Friday of the 1st November, there will be no online class. Okay. But it's not cancelled. It's different. Okay. It's not cancelled. But on 1st November, I will remind this again in the WhatsApp group. Don't worry. In 1st November, we will have what I call a synchronous class. I will give you tasks to do, maybe some videos to watch, and you do something about it. Okay? So no online class on 1st November. I'm telling you now so that you can arrange something for the weekend. If you want to go away, to go on holiday or something, you can go ahead and book your holiday because there will be no online class on that day. Okay? 1st November. Because 31st October is a public holiday. All right. So that's all from me. A bit long today, an hour and 22 minutes. So that's all from me. Thank you. 谢谢大家. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, doctor. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I haven't learned what to
Thank you,
say
doctor.
until people
Thank
say
you,
session.
doctor.
I just learned to say session. I don't know how to respond to a session. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you for your
Bye.
time. I stop the recording now.